Hi, in today's class we're going to start with portraits, and for the portraits I've chosen Liz Taylor. I've downloaded from the internet three photos, two of them in black and in color, one in black and white. The first photo in color was a 339 by 425 pixels. The next one was a 800 by 1080. And then the last one is 500 by 693. These three photos has already been uploaded and it's been available for you on the projects on the download page in the website, so you can also get access to the same photos. Right, I will work with this black and white photo, and from the black and white we're going to go and set up our portrait. And I've used this photo because there's enough detail in it and the lighting was well done. Right, so let's go, and we go through to Embed from there. Right, we've opened Embed Studio now, and in Studio the very first thing that I would like to do is go and set up my digitizing size, and that would be to go to Edit, Preferences, and then in Preferences go and set the hoop size. And I'm going to set my hoop size to 25 width and 35 in height. Save and apply that. And once that's done, the next thing that I can now do is go and import my image. So we go to Images, Image Import, and select my black and white photo, which is the Liz Taylor 500 by 693, and I would like to scale it yes, so that is yes. And let me just scroll that down so that we can see the full design. There we go. Right, with the black and white photo that I've loaded, I would like to set it up. One of the things that I know with Stifmato is that you cannot have too big an area. In other words, I cannot go and do the whole area in one go. First of all, the reasoning is if I want to play with different shades of colors, that will be ridiculous to go and do it. The second thing would be you're taking the time that it takes to bring in the stitches and generate stitches just goes that much longer if you have to do your areas too big. So what I'm planning here is I'm going to go and look at the body section there, shoulders, neckline, the face, and then that will be one item, one object. Then I will do the hair and the background in one object. She's got the blouse that she's got on here. I'm going to, for the fun of it, I just go and add some color to this black and white. So I'm going to add the shoulder and the color portion here in black and white. Instead of black and white, I'm going to use red, and I'm going to put some lipstick on her, and that will then be what we're going to do with Liz Taylor. So we've decided what we're going to do, and now let's start. And I'm going to go and show you where I've started. I've started with Stifmato from the left hand side at the bottom, go up around the neckline, zoom in a bit there, and make sure that when you go for the second part that you have enough areas that can overlap and that you don't have a space between the sections. I'm going to go a little bit out there. There we go, that's fine. Bring that one on in a little bit there. And once I've finished with that, I can go back. Right, if we look at the parameters that I've used no background, stitch density on 4, stitch angle and 0. When I go to maximum stitches, I've set to 70. Style, and the style that I've used is the first item. No, it's the second item, sorry. Second item. And 80 and 55, contrast at 10 and quality at 7. And I think I'm happy with that now, so now let's go and generate stitches. Okay, and we start generating the stitches. And you just need to wait for the generate stitches to go through, and then we'll have a look on 3D what the design looks like in 3D at this point. With a big design like this, your generating of stitches takes quite a while, and for this reason I have broken the design down into 4 components, and I'm going to show you the 4 components as if I have generated the stitches, so you will not see generate stitches again, and it'll just make it quite easier for us to go through the video, although I'll show you all the components and I'll show you what the full area looks like. Right, we have now done the generating of stitches, so let's go and have a look in 3D what it looks like. And that is the section that we have. And you can see the stitch quality there in the shade area, and there's a little bit less there. Eyes going in there. And let me just show it out. Go to the neckline, and this is part 1 of the design. I'm going to go and call in part number 2, which was design. Go to design, design merge. I'm just going to go and call in section 2, which was the hairline. And I can show you the hair section there. Oops. There we go. And I have added the hair section. This is a complete area, and I've basically moved all around the edge and asked it to do the hairline. The important part is where it overlaps. I have to make sure that I have no white area sticking out there, and make sure that that section then there is properly done and properly sorted out. So that is my second area, and from there I've used all the, if I go to parameters, I'll show you in parameters what we did there. Same stitch quality. Background, I've used a little bit of a different color there. Same stitch quality there, same stitches there, carvings and all that. Everything else is exactly the same as what we used on the design, so I'm quite happy with that. That is fine. And if I look at my 3D object, I'm sitting now with object 1 and object 2. Object 1 will basically be the face section, and the neckline. The second part will be the hair and the background, and in 3D you can actually see both those sections now there. Going to the third section is to go and add this portion on the shoulder line here, and I would like to zoom in and just show you what I saw there. I actually saw that this garment will go over that area there, and there should be a small portion at the back. That small portion will be a different segment altogether. So let's go back and go and find where is our item that needs to go in there. So I told you I did them up front so that we can save some time, make it a little bit easier for us to download as well. I'm going to design, merge, and from merge I'm going to call in section number 3, which is just the shoulder line, and I'll show you that that shoulder section actually consists of 2 components. There we go. Take those 2, bring them down into the corner there. There we go. and let's just zoom in to make sure that it's done properly and angled properly. You can see now that there's two components. That little small piece at the back, there we go, that little small piece there at the back, which is actually the inside part of the dress, and the second one will be the portion on the shoulder line, which is the garment in the front. And if I zoom back a little bit, immediately you can see that just by adding the dress in red, or in any color, whatever you would like it to be, brings in that extra color into a black and white portrait, and that gives you more detail into your portrait. Information still quite well. You can see all the details that's there, and I'm quite happy now with that. The last thing that I'm going to go is go and add the lips, or put some lipstick on it, if we can call it that. So let's go and fetch a lipstick, design merge, and I'm going to go and fetch a lipstick, and so I've done the lips over the face area. I haven't done them separately. I didn't cut a hole or nothing, and I've just taken the lips and done the lips separately and put them over. The lips is also done in stigmata. It's not a different stitch, and if we go back, there we go. So now she's got a lipstick on, and I need to go and put my signature onto this design, and then take it through and generate stitches and take it through to editor to go and save it in editor. Before I do that, let me see if I've got my signature somewhere. File, merge, design merge, signature. No, I don't see my signature there. That's fine, I will find it a little bit later. So that's 100%. So with our design now being finished, the next step that we will do is to go and take the design and design save as. Because it's loose components, I'll rather go and put the components through into one and go and save it as one design, and then from there take the design through to editor, put it in editor, and we'll do some small changes in editor. Now we've sent our design through to editor, and in editor we have everything that we've digitized from the other side. It fits into our frame size nicely, and let me just go to 3D view and show you in 3D view what our lady looks like. Right, that's our complete design. I would like to go and change the background area at the back behind the hair, and because we can't change that in Studio, except if you actually go and digitize it completely separately, I'll rather go and do the changes here in editor. So in editor, if I go to my design, I'm going to go and stand on the first dark color there. That should be the hair area, and right click, go and split before. Where is my split before? There we go, split before color. Split that section before the color, and that will be a loose component. That will be the hair in the background. There's our face section on the first part. Then go and take all the red out. So I'll go and stand on the first red, and also go and split split before color, and that's done. Right, and now I'm going to start by changing the colors at the back. That first two colors there should be the hair, so the third, fourth and the fifth should be the different colors. So let me just go and change that background color there, and I'm going to start off by using a goldish color there at the back. Okay. Let's see where it goes. There, it's changed some areas at the top there. Let's go to the second one. I'm going to use exactly the same color there, and call that up for part 2. And then from there go to part 3, and my background should then be, you see it's already changing there, and there's a little bit left there that I need to go and change, and that will be my third background color. Once that's done, I should have added 3 other different additional colors to my design. There we go. And the only thing I need to do now is to press Ctrl A on the keyboard, Ctrl plus A. That will select all my objects on the right hand side, and I can go and join my design, and that should become one design again. There we go. That's nearly there. Right, let me just go a little bit back, zoom out. Right, I was still looking for my signature, so let's see if we can find the signature. And I'm going to file, merge, and see if I can find my signature file. There we go. There's my signature file. Go and merge the signature file, and there's the signature added to the design. Again, Ctrl A to join the whole design together, and just go and join the design. And I'm finished with my design, and I can go and save it, and I'm saving it in DST format because this should be done by an industrial embroidery machine, or a embroidery machine with a hoop size bigger than 25 centimeters by 35 centimeters to get the results that I would like to have from my design. Right, I'm finished with the design. Last thing I would like to do is I'm going to go through to Manager, and then in Manager I'm just going to go and create a JPEG file from this, so that I can leave you the JPEG file. I will upload all the loose components, all the EOF files for you in zip format, plus the final DST format and all the other bits that was there. The image files was already uploaded, so they should be available for you, and you will then be able to go through what I've done and check that and create your own list styler. Right. Last thing, right click on list styler DST and just go and export an image from there, and the width that I would like to have here should be about 600 wide. Go OK, and let's see if I can create a nice JPEG from this. There we go. Let's style the JPEG. There we go. That's it. And we say OK. And yes, I'm going to replace that. And if I look at my JPEG file now, there's my JPEG file, and I can see what is what. I will also do a photo that I've done from this for you and show you what we did, can always go and add some silver thread in for a jewelry and create the picture that you would like in 3D. Add some additional information if you want to add some more designs to it. Thank you very much for the class, and looking forward to see you next week when we do studio.